What would Jesus think about factory farming?
But I have no doubt that he would be appalled by factory farming.
Who are you and what do you do?
My name's Chris Fegan. I'm the Chief Executive of Catholic Concern for Animals. We are the body, the organisation that speaks for animals within the Catholic Church. That means not only the Catholic clergy, but all the Catholics throughout the world, which is about 1.5 billion people.
Do you guys talk about the Pope a lot?
The reason we talk about the Pope particularly, apart from the fact that he's the head of the Church, is he wrote this document, which is an encyclical letter that has very, very important policy implications for the Catholic Church. What he says is it's about how we treat the rest of God's creation. And God gives us dominion over the other creatures. That does not mean, the Pope says, that we can do what we want with those creatures. All these creatures, from the smallest little insects to the biggest polar bear, or the fish, or the whale, anything you want to think of, they are all God's creatures, and therefore they must be treated with respect because they belong to God, not to us.
Do you think that's what God wants as well? Does he think God wants everyone in the world to be vegan?
Well, the interesting thing about the Genesis story is that the Garden of Eden was vegetarian. God wanted Adam and Eve to be vegetarian, and he gave them fruit to eat, and the animals lived around them and they weren't there to eat. It's only when God kicked them out of the Garden of Eden humans became meat eaters.
It was almost when we began sinning, that's when we began eating animals.
Yep, that's right. The first thing, we were cast out of the Garden of Eden.
The animals that we eat, they're not natural animals. That we've taken God's creations and we've manipulated them and modified them, and we've bred them in certain ways that they don't actually resemble the creatures that God created anymore.
That's a very good point. The horrors of factory farming are just unspeakable. Of what we do to animals in factory farms.
Yeah, I believe that we shouldn't kill any beings that live on this planet. I'm trying to get the Pope to go vegan for Lent for 40 days, and I want him to go vegan because I know if he goes vegan, then more people will want to do it with him, and that's more animals that will be saved, and it will really help the planet. So what do you think is the best way to talk to him about this?
Well, I think the whole idea of you asking the Pope to go vegan is fantastic. Let me say that first. It's absolutely fantastic. Because from my perspective, as well as your own, if the Pope went vegan, I could probably retire. I could probably get a job done, you know, you don't need me anymore. Because the message that would send to the whole world, and not only to the Catholics in the world, but to the whole world, that someone as important and powerful as the Pope has gone vegan. The message, it's incredible, the message that would send.